Hello and welcome to the Be a Better Boss podcast. I am your host, Ian Highfield, and this podcast is all about transforming the world through transforming the workplace. Today, we are tackling a silent yet pervasive issue in modern workplaces. This issue is known as presenteeism. While absenteeism gets a lot of attention because the employee isn't physically there, presenteeism can be just as or even more so harmful. This is when an employee shows up to work physically, but mentally they are disengaged. In this episode, we'll discuss more about presenteeism and we'll share some concerning statistics. I'll explore also why this happens. I'll connect these topics to lessons from previous podcasts on intrinsic motivation, goal alignment, leadership, and misconceptions of happiness. Okay, let's dive into it. Presenteeism occurs when employees are physically present at work but are not fully engaged or productive. Presenteeism could potentially look like an employee working while sick or underperforming, someone sat at their desk scrolling through social media and daydreaming themselves through meetings, or a high-performing employee who's actually checked out due to burnout or dissatisfaction with, say, company culture. Like absenteeism, which is visible and easy to measure, it's damaging to productivity, but presenteeism is silent. You can't see it, you can't measure it. It's the silent productivity killer. Employees may clock in every day and be physically there, but their contribution is significantly diminished. So let's dive into some data on presenteeism. This can be quite shocking, very, very eye-opening for leaders. Studies estimate that presenteeism costs businesses 10 times more than absenteeism due to reduced productivity. In the US alone, it accounts for billions of dollars in lost output every single year. Health and well-being statistics from the World Health Organization identify presenteeism as a major driver of stress and burnout. Employees who push through illness, employees who are disengaged with company culture and company values, actually often experience worsening mental health as they sit and go through the motions over time. A Gallup study reports that only 32% of US employees are actively engaged in work, suggesting that a significant portion of the current workforce may be struggling with presenteeism. So we need to look, why does presenteeism happen? It's not just about laziness or apathy, it's often a symptom of a deeper systemic issue. Primarily, burnout and overwork. Employees feel compelled to work even when they're unwell or disengaged. They do this because they fear repercussion for potentially asking to take a break. Lack of purpose or alignment. Without a clear connection to the company's mission, without a clear connection to leadership, without a clear connection to their own personal goals, employees will lose motivation. Leaders who fail to inspire, fail to support, fail to value, fail to be authentic, fail to help their team often create environments where presenteeism thrives. Many workplaces equate physical presence with productivity. They encourage employees to just show up, even when they're unwell or disengaged. They're actually, in some cultures, complimented for this. In a workplace culture, in a workplace culture like this, employees will feel obligated to power through, even if it's at the expense of their well-being. So we need to address this. We need to move away from the traditional corporate norms and corporate cultures that encourage this. We need to look at strategies that we've discussed in previous podcasts that can play a critical role in tackling presenteeism. Episode 2, the motivational pie chart. Understanding what drives your employees and aligning their roles with these motivators. When employees feel connected to their personal goals and see how their work contributes to their purpose, they're less likely to disengage. Episode 3, the death of SMART goals. Shifting focus from outcome targets and helping employees understand how they go about their day-to-day role and why they're doing this, their own intrinsic drivers, can help individuals become process-orientated, which reduces stress and encourages intrinsic motivation, helping employees to stay engaged even when challenges arise. Episode 4, mission, vision, values. Help employees align their personal mission, their personal vision, and understand their values and how these align with the company. When employees feel their work matters and aligns with their own purpose, presenteeism will decrease and engagement will increase. This will help workplaces become more productive. Redefine leadership. Empower others to achieve more than they thought possible, rather than protecting a position, pushing a target, or climbing that corporate ladder. Leaders who coach and inspire, build and foster trusts, and they help people feel valued and engaged at work. Other solutions that may help to reduce presenteeism, beyond applying lessons from previous podcasts, we could look at potentially offering sick days without stigma, promote mental health support and encourage employees to prioritize self-care, provide wellness programs, stress management workshops, or fitness initiatives. Normalize open conversation about well-being and engagement. Encourage employees to speak up when they're struggling, and ensure managers and leaders do this by example. Taking breaks themselves, speaking about their challenges, being vulnerable and protecting their own well-being will lead to people in the company doing the same. Recognizing employees and recognizing the value that they create, not just with the hours that they put into the day, but what they are putting into the hours. We have to shift focus in the workplace from physical presence to actually more meaningful contributions. Offering training, mentorship, and stretch assignments to keep employees challenged and motivated if this is what they want, if this is part of something that motivates them, will be great for avoiding presenteeism. Help them invest in career development. Show employees their future with the company means something and that their future is bright. If there's no growth for an individual and they value this, eventually the silent killer of presenteeism will kick in for that person. Schedule regular one-to-one meetings, and in these one-to-one meetings, don't push targets, don't push quotas. Gauge the engagement and well-being of that individual. Use engagement surveys, use health and well-being surveys to not only try and measure these often unmeasurable metrics, but also to show the employee that you care. Reducing presenteeism isn't just about boosting productivity. We have to create workspaces where employees thrive. When presenteeism decreases, businesses will benefit. They'll be more efficient, more profitable. Retention rates will be higher, leading to the saving of money and expenditure on retraining, and cultures will grow. Supportive, engaging environments attract top talent and inspire teams to succeed. Most importantly, addressing presenteeism reflects a commitment to treating employees as people, not just resources. It's about fostering a workplace where happiness and engagement go hand in hand with success and performance. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Be a Better Boss podcast. Today we explored presenteeism, the hidden productivity killer. If you liked today's discussion, please subscribe to the podcast or share it with another growth-minded leader. For more resources, visit me at ianhighfield.com. Follow me on my socials. They can be found on my website. And keep an eye out for my book, The Administrative Athlete, Lessons from the Locker Room to the Boardroom. Let's transform the workplace into environments where presenteeism is a thing of the past and engagement and happiness take center stage. Let's transform the world by transforming the workplace. Until next time, I'm Ian Highfield. Be a better boss.
That was good.